Society says girls are not inferior to boys, but what are they getting from the society? That's the question we must ask. The undeniable truth, though, is that a lot of girls never get what they truly deserve. Gender bias, culturally imbibed malpractices, human trafficking, child marriage, poor health and sanitation are some numerous problems that continue to cause troubles for girls. The biggest of them all is lack of education. To solve these problems, we need to be able to identify them first. A majority nation and different organizations across the globe have developed and organized programs which aim is to ameliorate gender inequalities. Various programs are geared towards aiding young girls and women have a voice in the society and achieve their full potential have also been set up. Empowerment of girls and young women shouldn't be an option for a modern society. It should have happened a long time. Out on the streets of Abuja, we have some people who give us opinion on what they think about the society and the girl child. Today, let us give a face and a voice to that girl child who has long been ignored. Every girl has the right to be in charge of her future and her fate, and we have the collective obligation to protect her rights and promote her well-being. Now on the streets of Abuja, let's hear what they have to say.
Most of the girls are the one caring mostly for the parents and the society more than the men, because the men, they may decide to say they will concentrate on their own family, but a female child always think about the family mostly more than the men. Why they normally think about that, they used to think that with the women, as in, we are going to be also under a man. So no need for them to forward as a female child for education. That at the end of the day, she will end up being in a man's house in the kitchen. And that is not good also, because we also deserve the respect to at least to continue the education also.
The society always feels that women are not enlightened, or they end up in the kitchen. But the narrative is changing because there are more gender empowerment, there's education, and women are breaking barriers and also going places. So the narrative is changing because people feel that girl child are just meant to end in the kitchen, but there's more. They can be leaders, they can be great people in society.
Well, often before now, the male child is always given respect in the family than the female firstborn. Why is it so?
Well, I think it boils back to our tradition and our traditional beliefs, because back then families always wanted a first child and a male son because they felt he would be able to carry the family name. But then, as I said, the narrative is changing because women are breaking barriers, they are going to school, they are becoming better in terms of career-wise, in terms of business, in terms of entrepreneurship. And again, with the recent feminism talk by Chimamanda, it has raised a lot of spotlight to Nigerian women as well, because they feel that there's more they can offer to the society.
She hustles to bring it at home, but male, when they make money, they go out for their girlfriends. You see, a male child will make money to go and buy 100,000 of handset for the girlfriend without even thinking about the parents at home. Female children are really trying these things. So they have a very great importance in the society that
in Africa as a whole, believe that the male child is the head of the family, which is not true. When you empower a woman, you have empowered a nation. It's not necessarily a man. A female can change the whole society, can change the world. Do you know why? Because she's a mother. She's a sister. It's like she's your friend. The female child's losing faster than the male child. What you do is to empower the girl child, both education and what have you, against child abuse, violence, and all that stuff. The girl child need moral support. The girl child need a mentor to look up to. The girl child need training, a leadership that can lead her the right way.
Three old days, they will say that a girl will not go to school, as she will get married. But now that civilization has come to the world, it's good for a parent to train a girl child. Early marriage is not good for it, because if you check now, early marriage, for you to send a child for an early marriage now is not good, because you have to be mature before you get married.
I want the government to seriously stand and make the law effective for early marriage. No girl child should get married less than the age of 18 to 21. 18 years, no girl child should be to get married less than 18 years. The girl child must at least have basic education. The fundamentals, the foundations must be laid. And certain values, certain things should be incorporated into our curriculum, including peer health education should properly be strengthened. Including sex education should be taught if it's possible, because whether we like it or not, they now have access to social media. They see all manner of things on the internet. A large percentage of our young people these days have access to the internet, and they come across so many things. So if they are well educated, well oriented, when they see those things, those values, those virtues, will enable them make an informed decision.
As regards the girls' child education in Nigeria, it's very important, because when you educate the girl child, it's believed that your education is the nation. Because what women can actually do, contributing towards societal development, is something that can never be emphasized. So it's very important to educate a girl child, because when you educate a particular girl child, like imagine a woman who is a caregiver and a mother, and she has like 5 children, and she's educated, she's able to go home, check their assignments and do all that. But even housewives need to be educated, because they need to develop the children that they're going to bear. And when it comes to business, women scientifically have a ability to multitask. Now when you empower a woman, you're doing a great deal to the society, because it's not just about educating one person, and then it's about educating women, because naturally women are, how do I put it, scientifically they have bigger brains. I'm not being a feminist or anything, but a woman who is empowered has the ability to do a lot. And unfortunately, in the north, where we do not have a lot of women who are educated, it's actually affecting the development of the nation. So the high time we understand that women need to be educated. It's going to be actually very important for the nation.
Females' education is so important to the society, because it's female that will help. She's the one that, if she's the one that educates her child, and she's the one that will help him to, if her child is educated, so the society will have some achievements. So my recommendation here is that the government should at least should lower the school fees for the child, so that females should make a female school, as in for girls only, that is not less expensive, so that parents will have the means to take the child to the school. That's all I can see.
I would advise all ladies, all girls outside, they should make sure they go to school. They shouldn't think that marriage is the next step for them immediately after probably primary school. They should try and push forward, go for their university degree. And if opportunity comes, they should go for their master's. And if opportunity still comes, they should go for their PhD, because there are higher heights for them to attain, there are higher positions for them to get to. The sky is not our limit. It can possibly be our stepping stone to greatness. To me, it's not advisable for a lady to go into marriage at a very tender age, because mentally they might not be matured, they might just be forced to go into it. And when they get there, they don't know what marriage holds. Marriage entails a lot of things that even people who are married for 30 years are still getting to know each other day by day. So I'll advise that they shouldn't go into marriage at a very early age. They should take their time, know the environment, and know the spouse they want to get married to. Though it is not possible to know everybody or someone in a day, but it's a gradual process.
Yeah, I think it's a very important and relevant step in the right direction for the United Nations to have thought of this, to invoke global action to stop some activities that have hindered against the development of the girl child, vis-a-vis early marriage, out-of-school experience, and a lot of it. So I think it is important, especially given what is happening, given our Nigeria as an example. With a lot of girls being kidnapped, with a lot of girls being out of school, even in this enlightened age, people not sending their girl child to even basic education. So I think it is important for us to embrace this initiative of the United Nations, and for everybody, ranging from the United Nations to all of us in the villages, to remember this day, to think of what we can do for the girl child in our locality to become a better person.